Hi, my name is Stephanie at the Disco, and I am with Co-op Radio, KOOP, here in Austin, and I am joined by Chief Cleopatra.
Hi, how are you guys?
So, you are from small town, and you did marching band, and you're on the drum line.
Yes.
I was too, and so I wanted to know, what was your favorite marching show? Do you remember?
I think my favorite marching show was when we did Jurassic Park. We did a themed Jurassic Park, and we had this little, I was a snare drum player, we had this little thing where we had to hit the stick on the side of the rim. It was like, and then so, and then we had to crab walk with it too. So it just made these really cool visuals. I think that was probably my favorite thing to do. And then plus, we were there sometimes when we were on a break, I'd go into the band hall and I'd get on the drum set. And then I'd have other people from the band like play their instruments and stuff, and I'd get on and all that. So I think that was probably one of my favorite parts too, just goofing around while we were on break in marching band.
That's awesome. I always love finding a fellow band nerd somewhere.
Oh, yeah. You don't meet too many of them. And a lot of my friends, they didn't know I was in marching band, really and truly, because I played softball, I was in other things. So when my friends would come to the football games, they're like, "You're in the marching band?" I'm like, yeah, I am. But
I feel like that's what happens at a small school, is you do everything, right?
basically, everyone, for the most part.
So up to your current music, I wanted to know, how would you describe your sound to someone who's maybe not familiar with you?
I would definitely say it's a lot of piercing soul with a heaping of rock. A lot of soul rock, a lot of just gritty guitar, live basically. And if I'm talking about studio work, I feel like it's more of a pop/indie sound. But if we're talking about live, I'd say definitely it's a little bit more raunchy as far as the rock goes, a little more dirty.
All right. So you just turn it up a little bit for the live show?
For sure, that's my favorite part.
Nice. Was going to ask, do you prefer playing live or in the studio, but it sounds like probably live for you.
Love live. That's the best. Honestly, I hate being in the studio sometimes because I feel like it has to be very perfect. And I want to go in and comp things out and be like, I want to do this again. But live, I can just let loose because I already know what I'm doing. And if I hear myself, I'm with the band. The band knows what they're doing. So we're vibing. And it's a whole vibe. It's a whole feel. So it's just great to...
Awesome. Do you have anyone who you look up to in terms of their career? Maybe how they've handled their craft or their fame or anything like that? Do you have anyone who you aspire to emulate in that way?
I definitely think like Santi Gold. I think Santi Gold definitely has made her career so worthy of, accolades and just getting the press and the glow she deserves. I think she's handled everything well. She's a leading front woman like myself, and also a black musician who has had to go through a lot of things probably to get where she's at. So just the fact that she's so smooth about it and her music is just ridiculous, I inspire to be so much like that. And hopefully I would hope to collab with her one day in the future, if that is even something that's in the universe, but she's definitely an influence for me.
Speaking of, you said you're the front woman. Obviously, you don't play everything all the time. You have a live band and everything. How do you put that together? How do you decide who's going to be in your... You're spending a lot of time with these people. They got to be good influences. How do you do that?
It's a lot of trial and error. I've been doing this for 5 years, so I've had people in and out of what I've been doing. But it's really just finding that connection, finding a chemistry with the people you want to be in the band. And also the main members I've had, Leonard, who's my guitarist, and Emilio, who's my drummer, I look to them as well to see how their vibe check is going with our new members and this and that. So it's just the point of just finding people you mainly vibe with, number one, and who want to be a part of the music and not on top of the music. Because it's hard, because a lot of people think, oh, well, Chief Cleopatra is a band. And in a sense, it is a band, but I'm also a solo artist, and I need my musicians who are in the band to kind of realize, hey, I'm a part of what's going on and not take away from it. And I think I've had a lot of different musicians want to be in the front and take more out of it than what they need to. But I think I'm really lucky right now with the lineup I have of musicians. They're all great. We all get along, and I couldn't ask for a better band right now.
Is there a piece of advice that another musician has ever given you that you just think is the best advice that you've ever been given?
Yes, I guess I got some advice at Afrotech, and this guy was basically like, don't reach for anything. Let things come to you. Keep working hard, and eventually something's going to pay off. You don't want to be that squeaky wheel. And it's true. Like, I want my work to show for itself. I want to be able to say, I've worked for this. I haven't had to ask for much. You know what I mean? I want people just to come up and try to help if they want to. But basically, just don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and do it on your own for a minute, and then just let the seeds plant and sprout on their own, basically.
All right, that's great advice. And then last question, do you have any hidden talents or skills that maybe you don't get to show off all that often?
I'm double jointed, my fingers. I have this really weird thing with my middle finger I could show you. So this one just goes like that. And then that's just like, and then I can wiggle my ears back and forth one at a time. Yeah, you probably don't want to see all that. But weird talents, definitely have those, have a lot of them.
Well, thank you so much. I've loved the demonstration. Thank you so much for talking to me, and I hope you have a great festival.
You too. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.